Hi, I'm Chris Koetke, and I'm going to show you how to make some amazing hamburgers. These are hamburgers flavored with black pepper, cracked black pepper, and bacon. And what's going to really make this take off is we're going to top it with an apple slaw. So before we get to that ground beef and making up the patties, I want to begin by chopping up some Gala apples. And the way we make the slaw is very simply, I'm going to slice down each side of the apple until you sort of hit the core. And you'll notice you want to slice the apples as thinly as possible. And then once the entire apple's done, and actually a second apple is done, then what we do is we cut these into little julienne strips. So it looks just like this over here. Cut them as fine as you can cut them. Once the apples are all cut up, then I'm going to go ahead and add some finely sliced up green onions. I'm going to put in a bunch of sugar because a good slaw has a certain amount of sweetness to it. So in goes some granulated sugar, and then in goes just a small amount of white wine vinegar. So you bring in the acidity from the vinegar and the sweetness from the sugar. I'm just going to mix this up, and the idea here is once it's mixed, you want to let it sit and have the apple soften just a little bit. It takes about 30 minutes or so. So I'm going to set that off to the side. In the meantime, we can start working on the hamburgers. Now remember, these are cracked black pepper burgers. So the first thing we need to do is take some whole peppercorns, a couple teaspoons or so. I'm just going to put them on the cutting board. And the fastest way to crack these is just take a heavy pot and just sort of crunch down on the peppercorns. A couple of them try to escape, just bring them back in. Once they're all broken up, they look just like this. Now the thing is, you don't want to have them be a powder, because the advantage of cracked black pepper is that when you bite into it, they almost sort of get stuck in your teeth. It's like little fireworks in your mouth. So then I take the cracked black pepper, we're going to slide it into our ground beef, and to that I'm going to go ahead and add in some finely chopped up bacon and some salt. And then to make a really good hamburger, I'm going to mix that all together, and I'm going to knead this together until that hamburger starts to become elastic. And when you cook the burger later, it's going to make it really, really moist. I mean, take a look at this. When it's done, you can see how elastic that is. Now from this, we need to go ahead and make our beef bacon burgers the same way you'd make a burger. Just sort of roll it in your hands until it's nice and compact, and then flatten it out. I'm going to go ahead and make the rest, and we'll put them on the grill. We have these three substantially sized burgers. I like a big hamburger because when they cook, they do shrink. So now what we need to do is go ahead and put them on a hot grill. Again, not super hot for these. I would say like medium hot because of the thickness of the hamburger and because they have to be completely cooked through. So we put them on the grill. And at this point, it's just like any other piece of meat. I'm going to cook it till we get some grill lines, pick it up, rotate it 45 or 90 degrees, cook it a little bit more, flip it over, do the same thing, and they're done when they're 165 degrees internal temperature. When the burgers are done, ooh, there they are. They look beautiful. What we have to do is put the entire hamburger together, because while this is really good, it's everything together that's going to make this super, super delicious. Okay, so we start with a Kaiser roll, and I'm going to take some whole grain mustard, and I adore mustard, so I like to put lots of it on the bottom. All right, then on top of that, I'm going to put some cheese. Now, this is aged cheddar or sharp cheddar cheese. The sharp part is really important because it gives that sort of acidic thing that you just need to make this perfect. Now, on top of that, we're going to put that burger. Oh, this is a thing of beauty. And then on goes the apple slaw. I'm just going to sort of mound the apple slaw on top of the burger, like so. Doesn't that look good? And then on goes the Kaiser roll on the top. Just sort of press it all down to squeeze it all together. And there you have it. Now it's a little bit messy to eat maybe, and you also want to serve some of that apple slaw alongside the burger because you'll want to sort of munch on that a little bit as you're enjoying the burger. Now when you make these burgers, I guarantee you're going to have a bunch of your friends over and they will completely recognize that you have the best burgers on the block. For more recipes and for this recipe, check out betterbarbecueblog.com.